Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball guessing game. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on March 4th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game, Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you, and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, in this video I'll be updating and making my picks. Okay, so what you're looking at here is what I call the game card. This is where I try to eliminate the numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so you can see that I have 5 colors: red, orange, green, blue, purple. Those represent the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go to the Powerball homepage to find out what were those 5 white winning numbers. And they were the 2, 9, 28, 36, and 53. The Powerball number was 4, but I'm only concerned about these 5 white ball numbers right now. Okay, so you can see that I put it on top of this list. Again, it was the 2, 9, 28, 36, 53. And I'll show you how I came up with the colors here. Okay, so you can see that the game card is for March 1st, 2023. So I need to update it to the 4th. So you can see I got the 2 was green, the 9 was blue, the 28 was red, the 36 was green, and the 53 was purple. Okay, so I had 4 colors total. 4 out of 5 colors came up. So out of 218 drawings, a 4 color combination has now come up 83 times. Okay, so you can see that the majority of the time a 3 color combination comes up. Okay, so what does that mean? That means the majority of the time 2 colors are not coming up, and that's what I want to focus on here. I want to try to correctly guess what color will not be coming up. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all these colors and start from scratch on my game card. So my color code is right here. Here's the red numbers, the orange, green, blue, and whatever's left over is purple. So I'm going to take these last 15 numbers and I'm going to transfer them over to the game card as red numbers. Okay, so I'm going to start in with the 2, the 9, the 28, 36, and 53. The next line down is the 16. The 28 just came up, so it's taken. So the 49, 51, and 55. And the last line is the 11, the 24, 58, 66, and 67. So again, I'm going to make these red numbers, and now I'm going to count how many red numbers I have on my game card. So over here I got 3, 6, 9, 10, and 4 are 14. So I'm going to leave that alone at 14. Okay, so the reason why I have 14 is because the 28 came up twice. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the orange. We're going to transfer these 20 numbers over to the game card as orange numbers. Okay, so I'm going to start in with the 11. You can see that's taken. So the 19, the 39, 44, 65. The next line down is the 3, the 17, 26, 38, and 54. The next line down is the 8, the 21, 31, 32, and 37. And the last line is the 31, 32, which is taken. The 54 is taken. So the 60 and 63. So again, I'm going to make these orange. And now I'm going to count how many I have. So over here I got 3, 3 are 6, 2 are 8, 2 is 10, 12, 14, 16 orange numbers. Okay, so now I'd move on to the green area, and then the blue, and whatever's left over is purple. But you can see I already did that right here, so I'm just going to copy and paste. Okay, so this is the game card for March 4th, 2023. So again, there was 14 red numbers, 16 orange, turned out to be 12 green, 15 blue, and 12 purple numbers. Okay, so why is this game card important? Why is the color code important? Okay, because the way that I have things set up here with my color code, it gives me the results of double-digit numbers per color. Okay, so you can see I have double-digit numbers. The least one is 12. Okay, so, and this is consistent like this. I always end up getting double digits. I mean, once in a rare while, the purple will go down a little bit to like a 9 or an 8, but still, it's usually always double digit numbers. So, when you have consistency, then things can get predictable. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to correctly guess what the majority will be. Will it be evens or odds for the 5 numbers that come up? Okay, so for me, you can see that out of these 5 drawings here, the majority was even, so it's evens, 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 evens. Bunch of even numbers have been coming up. I'm going to predict that this is going to be odds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate the color that has the most even numbers to it. Okay, so I'm going to start in with the red. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors, so 7 and 7. Orange, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. 7 out of 16, not that great. Okay, so the green, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 12. That's not great. And then the blue, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 15. That's pretty good. And then the last one is purple. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 12. Okay, so the one that stands out to me the most is the blue. 10 even numbers out of 15 numbers. So I'm going to get rid of the blue numbers, and hopefully none of these blue numbers come up. And the reason why is because I just got rid of them. Okay, so I'm going to block out these numbers. And when I block out numbers like this, this means I'm not even going to consider these numbers when I'm picking what I think would be the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so the question is, can a blue number come up? Absolutely it can. Okay, so this is where the betting comes in. Okay, I'm going to be betting $3. That's how much it is for the Powerball ticket with the power play. It's going to cost me $3, so I'm betting $3 that none of these blue numbers will come up in the drawing tonight. Okay, so I'm moving on to the next strategy. That's the individual numbers. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so what you're looking at here is what I call the individual numbers. Okay, so here's the numbers that just came up. Again, it was the 2, 9, 28, 36, 53. And this 4 represents that it hit 4 out of the 7 groups, and I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so here's the 2, and as I follow this down, you can see that here's the green mark, and this green mark represents this green 2. Okay, so here's the 9, so the 9 is blue, so I got this blue mark right here. Okay, so let me reduce this down so you can see the whole card. So basically what I did is I took all 69 numbers and I divided it into 7 different groups. So group number 1 has the numbers of 1 through 9. Of course, this is the only group with 9 numbers, where the other 6 have 10 numbers, or 69 numbers. Okay, so how I use this with the color code is I look for a color that hasn't come up in a while. Okay, so let me point out this 20s. You can see these 3 red numbers here. But for the longest time, I was looking at saying, okay, a red number hasn't come up in a long time. Here it is. And a red number hasn't come up in a while. When's it due to come up? And finally it did. And now it's coming up pretty pretty strong. Okay, so that's what I look for. I look for a color that hasn't come up in a while. And another thing that I look for is this square right here. This is good for 5 drawings. And I made it 5 so it's just easier to count. Like this red, I could look at it and say, okay, red number hasn't come up in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, almost 35 drawings, okay? But what I noticed is, because I broke it up like that in the 5 drawings, I noticed that the average amount is like 4 hits for our group out of 5 drawings. Okay, so when I see something like this in the 30s, where there was 7 hits out of 4 drawings, I said to myself, okay, I don't think that there's going to be an 8th hit here, and I was correct. Okay, so that's what I do. I look for a bunch of numbers in one square, and hopefully I'll get it correct. Okay, so again, there's 7 of these groups, and there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers. So I know that 2 of these groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so the question is, which one is it? Okay, so I'm just looking at it real quick. And I am not positive of which one I want to go with, so I'm going to leave this one alone. Okay, so I'm going to blow this back up. Okay, so one thing about before I leave here is the 50 numbers. I haven't seen a green 50 number in a little while. Okay, so here it is right here. So it's been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 drawings since a 50 number has come up with a blue number to it. Okay, so let's take a look at the game card in the 50 numbers to see if there's any blue, I'm sorry, not blue, green. Okay, so there's 52, which is green, and the 59, which is green. Okay, so I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind, that maybe the 52 and 59 or a green number is due to come up here pretty soon. Okay, so I'm moving on to the next thing. Okay, so this is what I call my group 4. And basically I just call it group 4 because I divided it into 4 different color groups. Okay, so I'm just going to update this real quick so you can see a visual. So the 2 and the 9 were in the red. So I'm going to put a 2 here. And again, that represents the 2 and 9. And then the 28 was in blue. So I'm going to put 1 blue. And then the 36 and 53, so there's 1 in the orange and 1 in the green. Okay, you hit all 4 colors. So the majority of the numbers were over to the left side, so I colored this 4 red. Of course, if it was over here to the right side, I would color this 4 green. Okay, so I have 7 of these option cards to choose from. And then I have an overview of how these cards did. Okay, so in the red area, 7-0 means that all 7 of these option cards had a hit in the red area. Okay, so here it is in the red, the 53 again. Here it is, the 36. Here's the 2. The 2 again. The 9. And then the 2 and 9. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, so now I have a Powerball number 2 as well. Okay, so let me go back to this Powerball number 1. I got a group 4. I got a group 6. Okay, so with this group 6 is, again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so I know that at least one of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, I have 7 of these option cards as well, and then I have a group 8. And again, I know that 3 of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. So I have 9 of these cards, and then I have a group 10, where again, I know that 5 of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. So I have 3 of these option cards as well for group 10. Okay, so here on group 2, I got a group 4, I got a group 8, I got another group 8, another group 8, and then I got a group 10. Okay, so let's go back to this one here. I'm going to update this one real quick. So again, the 2 and the 3653 are all red. Then the 9 is green. And the 28 is orange. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue area. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the 0 here. Okay, so I hit 3 out of the color groups. The majority was over here to the left side, so I'm going to keep this 3 red. Again, if it was over here to the right side, I would color this 3 green. Okay, so like here, I'm looking at all this green, so I'm saying to myself, hey, I think this is going to be a red number, which means I think it will be over here. So I'm going to look for the 0 to be over here, if that makes sense. Okay, so moving on to Powerball number 3. I want you to take a quick look at this and try to guess where the 0 is going to be. Okay, so I hope you made your pick, and we'll find out what they are. Okay, so it was the 2 in brown, the 36 is in brown, so I had 2 in the brown. Then the 9 was in blue. The 28 was in pink. And the 53 was in purple. Okay, so there's no winning Powerball numbers in the red area, no winning Powerball numbers in the orange, no winning Powerball numbers in the green, none in the yellow, the turquoise, or the light blue. Okay, so this hit 1, 2, 3, 4 color groups, and the majority is on the right side, so I'm going to keep this 4 green. Okay, so the max I have is 3 in a row, 3 to a line. So now I'm going to put some color to this. Now if all 3 numbers were green, I would color it a dark green for the background. And if there's only 2, then I color a lighter green. Okay, same with the red. If it's all red, then I color a dark red, a light red if there's only 2 of them. Okay, so here I had 2 misses and a hit. So I'm going to color this a light blue. Okay, so I do this just to give me some separation. Okay, so here I got 2 hits and 1 miss. So I'm going to color a light red. And then here I got 3 000, which I'm going to color a darker blue. And then if there was 3 hits, I would color a darker red. Okay, so over here I count how many blue marks. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then over here I count what I have for a 000 or a triple hit. And I got 1 000 and no triple hits. Okay, so you can see that this is staggered. Now at the top of this I got no numbers. But for my Powerball number 2, I got 2 numbers here. Okay, so when the numbers come up tonight, I'm going to be putting a 3rd number up here and putting colors to it. Okay, so this one has the advantage right now. This is the advantage. This is the second advantage where I got at least 1 number at the top. And then this one, the advantage was just the last drawing, and now this is the least advantage because I have no numbers at the top. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, I want to pick here, and I want to pick this red one. Okay, so it's been really hot for a long time. This is 3 drawings, so it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 drawings in a row, actually 26. And I'm going to bet my $3 that it won't go 27 in a row. Okay, so I'm going to mark this blue, saying that, hey, I'm picking this one to have the 0 to it. That way, when I update it tomorrow, I can look at it and say, hey, I got this correct. None of these red numbers came up. Or one of them came up and burned me. Or 2 of them, or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these red numbers off of my game card. Okay, so you can see that this mirrors my game card, and this is why. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the 1, 2, 10, 11, the 5, 6, 31, 32. So again, I get rid of the 2, 10, 11, the 5, and the 31, and the 32. And hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so then I got the 35, 36, and then the 52, 53, 54, 61, and then the 39, 40, 48, 49. So again, I get rid of the 35, 36, the 52, 53, 54, and the 61, the 39, and the 49. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so I got 9 of these picks here. But since I already picked that one, okay, so I got 4 options. I got 9 cards, I got 4 options, so 4 times 9 is 36. I got 36 options altogether to pick where I think a 0 is going to be. And I only like to pick out 1, okay? If I could just get 1 out of the 36 correct, then I'll be happy. Okay, so I'm just going to blast right through these real quick. And then that's it. Okay, so I'm moving on to my group 8. I have 3 of these option cards. And then I got 3 more for 8B and 3 more for 8C. Okay, now the reason why I did this is for the overview. Okay, so let's take a look at the overview real quick. Okay, so what happened? What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a 03 that hasn't come up in a while. Okay, so you can see that it comes up pretty often. Okay, so here in this green, haven't had one in a while, and here in this gray, I haven't had one ever that I kept track of so far. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on this gray and the green, and let's see what happens here. Okay, so since I have the 2 numbers at the top, and again, this is the advantage, now I get to use these tools on the sides, okay? This tells me how many blue marks were there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually it's 3, 4, or 5. So I got this 00 right now, so there's 1. That's going to be 1 blue mark. And then I think there's going to be, oh, here's another one in the blue. Okay, so I got 2 blue marks, but I think there's going to be like at least 1 more. So then I get to use this over here saying, okay, usually a 000 comes up. I got 2 000 opportunities, the red and the blue. And then over here I get to use this saying, okay, the majority of the time it's been in the green, which means the majority of the time the numbers have been coming up over here on the right side, okay? So I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number. So I think the 0 is going to be over here to the right side. And you know that gray is looking pretty good. I'm going to go with this gray. I'm going to mark it blue. So again, when I update it, I can look at it and say, hey, did any of these numbers come up? Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the 6 to the 32, the 36 to the 63, and the 61 off of my game card. So I'll get rid of the 15, 24 to 45, 63. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so maybe you heard the saying divide and conquer. This is how I divide and conquer, okay? I divide it up into these groups like this, and then I just pick at one. I know that three of these color groups cannot have a 0 to it, but I'm only going to pick at one, okay? So I just want to conquer this group 8 first, and that will help me conquer things overall. Okay, so looking at this, I have two opportunities for a 000. To me, it's been over to the green a lot, so I'm thinking it's going to be a red number. Over here with a triple hit usually comes up, so I'm thinking this orange will have a hit to it. And if it does, then the 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 39, 40, 41, 42, 43 will be coming up in this drawing tonight. Okay, but again, I'm looking for where's the 000 gonna be? Okay, and because this has a pretty long thing of red here, I'm gonna go with the red. I'm gonna bet my $3 that none of these red numbers will be coming up, so I'm gonna get rid of them off of my game card. Again, the 18 to the 22 and the 57 to the 60. So I'll get rid of the 19, 21, 22, 58, 59, 60. Okay, so moving on. Next one, I got a blue 000 opportunity. That's about it, but you can see that it's been mostly to the red. So I think that this is going to be a green number, so I'm going to get rid of this blue. So the 4, 12, 22, 29. And I like this because I think that the majority of the numbers will be odd numbers that come up. And these are all even numbers. Okay, so 4, 12, 22. Well, this is the 29, okay? So I'll get rid of the 29 and the 66. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so I'm moving on to 8B. What do I have for a 000? I get the green and the yellow. Again, most of the time over here to the red. I'm going to go with this green. Again, all even numbers. 8, 14, 26, 31. Except for that 31, of course. So I'll get rid of the 8, 26. 42, 48, 60, 66, they're all gone. Okay, next one, I got the purple and brown for a 000. You can see that it's been majority of green. There's never been a dark red, which means I think that this is going to be a red number. And I'm going to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of the purple. Okay, so it's 12, 20, 46, 50, 46, 54, 52. Those are all gone. And then it's the 5, 34, 39, 69. So I'll get rid of the 34, 69. Okay, moving on. sorry, moving on here. Again, I got the yellow and the red. I think this is going to be a green number, so I'm going to go with the red. I think the majority of the numbers will be over here to the right side. So I'm going to get rid of the 18, 19, 27, the 6, 15. Then there's no numbers to get rid of, so I'll get rid of the 37, 46, 60, 69. So I'll get rid of the 37. Okay, moving on to 8C. Again, I have 3 000 opportunities. I see a bunch of red over here. I think this is going to stay red, so I'm going to go with this brown. So the 7 to the 33 and the 37 to the 64. So I'll get rid of the 7, 17, 56, 64. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. Here I got the red, and that's it. And I'm going to go for it. Hopefully this will be a 000. So I'm going to get rid of the 27 to the 30 and the 66 to the 69. So I'll get rid of the 30. One more number off my game card. Hopefully I picked it correct. Okay, so here I got 2. I got the brown and the yellow. You can see there's been a bunch of green. At least this brown has a 000, where this yellow has never had a 000 in the information that I have. So I'm going to hope that the yellow is due to have this 000. So I'm going to get rid of the 14 to the 7 and the 36 to the 47. So I'll get rid of the 38, and hopefully that number does not come up. Okay, so moving on to group 10, where this is my best odds. Basically what I'm looking for now is a 000. Just about comes up every time. So I got the green and the light blue for opportunities. You can see the light blue doesn't have too many 000s, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to get rid of the 1, 5, 20, 24. And then the 35, 54, and the 43. So I'll get rid of the 43. And again, hopefully that number does not come up. Okay, next I got the blue and the pink. Triple zero hasn't come up in a while in the pink. I'm going to go with that. So the 11, 12, 15, 25. Get rid of the 25. And then the 50, 60, 65. So I'll get rid of the 50 and the 65. Couple more numbers off of my game card. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so here I got the orange and the brown. I see a bunch of red. I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I'm going to go with the orange. And I'll get rid of the 24, 25, 32, 33. And then the 60, 68, 69. I'll get rid of the 68. Okay, so I'm starting to get really down here now. Okay, so that was it for this. So I'm gonna go back to the other advantage, which is here in Powerball number 1. Okay, so the one that stands out to me the most is this orange. I'm gonna go for another 0. So the 18 to the 26. And I'll get rid of the 23. Next, see a bunch of green over here, kind of like this yellow. I'm going to go with the yellow. And I'll get rid of the 6 to the 67. And I'll get rid of the 67. And hopefully that number does not come up. Okay, moving on. Okay, I see a bunch of green, so I'm going to go with this pink. And I'll get rid of all these numbers here. So I'll get rid of the 9, and hopefully that 9 does not come up. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to go with the pink again. And I'll get rid of the 62. So again, hopefully that does not come up. Next, taking a look at this one. Don't really like it. I'm going to move on. Okay, I like this red over here. I'm going to get rid of the red. So I'll get rid of the 28. Hopefully that 28 does not come up. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to get rid of 2 more. 2 more numbers. Don't really like this one. I kind of like this pink right here. There's no numbers to get rid of, so moving on. Don't really like this one either, and that's all I got, so I'm moving on to group 10. Gonna go right to the overview. I'm looking for a 03 that hasn't come up in a while. And it's looking like the turquoise. So I'm gonna go with that. So I've got the 8, 27, 30, 52, 54, 56. Okay, I don't see any numbers to get rid of. Okay, so turquoise again. 2, 22, 15, 26. Anything there? Nope. 36, 52, 56. Nope. Okay, my last card, again, turquoise. 53, 63. Nope. Okay, I'm looking at this pink. I'm thinking that there's going to be a hit here. So I got the 2933. I don't have any of those numbers either. Okay, so moving on to my Powerball number 3. I'm going to go right to the overview. This is a 10 group as well. And I'm looking for a 03 that hasn't come up in a while. They're all pretty good. I'm going to go to 3B. All of them have come up pretty recently here. I think I'm going to go with this blue one. Okay, so I'll get rid of the 62 to the 68. I think those are already gone. Next blue. 412 2027. Nope. 39 49 59. Nope. 312 21. 40 49 58 67. Get rid of the 3. I need to get rid of one more. So then I got my 3C, my last one here. Kind of like this brown to double up. Let's take a look at the browns. 6 15 24 37 38 47. Nope. 21 29 31 33 34. 39 48. Nope. The 44 to the 47. Finally, that's it. I'm going to get rid of that orange. Okay, folks, so this is what I'm going to go for. The 13, 16, 41, 51, 55. Okay, I do have something for the Powerball number. Now with the Powerball number, I noticed this pattern where the 23 and then the 13 and the 23 will come up, kind of leapfrog. I think that's going to happen here. Okay, so I never put this in. I got the 4, so I'm going to go with the 23. The 23 came up, then the 4, and then I think it's going to leapfrog and the 23 come back up again. Okay, so again, I think the numbers are going to be the 13, 16, 41, 51, 55, Powerball number 23. Okay, so I just want to go over the odds real quick. Okay, they get all 5 white ball numbers in the red ball. The odds are 1 in 292 million. My game's pretty much geared up for the for the white balls, the 5 white balls. To get that correct, it's 1 in 11,688,000. Okay, so pretty tough to do. In my budget, I have a $3 per game. 3 games per week equals I will spend $468 on my game decoding the Powerball. Okay, so one last thing. I want to thank you for watching. Again, you can support my game through my Patreon page at patreon.com/decoding the Powerball. And if you'd like to give me any feedback, then please email me at decodingpowerball@gmail.com. Again, there's no "the" in there. It's just decodingpowerball@gmail.com. And as always, I want to wish you the best of luck with your picks.